Wesley Brothers was the company making all these unlicensed movies for the NES, like A Law for Christmas, Beyond Society, and 2025, A World Enslaved by a Virus. Yeah, maybe I'll review that in the year 2025. Well, I hope you weren't expecting much. It was just a throwaway line, and totally not just a blatant steal from another much more popular and successful YouTuber. You know, the year 2025, and I'd be reviewing 2025, A World Enslaved by a Virus. Ugh, I wish I did not say that. I figured that would be such a long time. Who knows if I would even still be alive, or if the world would even exist anymore. So what am I gonna do? Bail out? I mean, I could. It was just a hypothetical quote. It wasn't legally signed and notarized. I said maybe.
Chris, you are just copying a bit from the AVGN's Raid 2020 video. Just look at this stupid movie. Go on to say you like this dumb movie simply because you agree with the stupid backwards paranoid garbage they say in the movie, despite it being a movie worthy of 1 star on IMDb, just like you did with that Children vs. Wizards movie. Or most of the crap you talk about.
What are you saying?
Do you want me to get Peter Collins to join you for this one? So that way, we have 2 annoying dicks talking about this awful movie.
No, oh, good lord, please no.
Too late. I'm gonna have to sit here and have to be the counterbalance to all your far-right nonsense because you're probably gonna glorify this movie and talk about how great it is, when in reality, it's a bunch of garbage.
Oh, whatever. Let's all stop delaying the inevitable. This is 2025, A World Enslaved by a Virus. The film begins with a car chase as our main character Roy is being chased by an authoritarian police squad. Despite shooting at him, they pull him out of the car and just simply arrest him. He is then interrogated by the police because, gasp, he had a Bible in hand, and this movie's timeline is in a 2025 where religion has been outlawed. Like it's Soviet Russia or something. Quick, somebody call Peter Popoff to send all those Bibles over the border into Russia.
They are from a time when life was different. The time when we could meet our friends, go to restaurants, celebrate whatever and whenever we wanted to. Their excuse was virus, something they sold us as a super deadly killer virus.
This man just wants to go out and grill for Lord's sake, and those evil atheist communist elites are trying to take away his God-given rights.
Yeah, buckle up. It is one of those kinds of movies.
We then flash back to 3 months before all this, where we see Roy and his friend Hannah together in their warehouse apartment. That is until this hipster-looking man bursts in, letting them know about the fate of their mutual friend Jack.
Arrested, tortured, and killed.
He was a friend, our brother.
Yeah, because that is how people talk naturally. Did Tommy Whistle write this?
So the hipster with the man bun tells them to give up their faith and their politics if they're going to live to see another day. They decline, so he just up and leaves their revolution group just like that. Because he's a fake Christian. Disgusting. Throwing away his beliefs like that, all willy-nilly. Disgusting. I mean, not that I'm trying to pat myself on the back or anything, or say that I'm better than everyone else, but I am actually the gatekeeper of all Christians, and I can declare who is real and fake because I am basically better than everybody.
By the way, their revolution group does this. They go into the woods and spray paint Christian symbols on trees. How rebellious. What anarchists.
Excuse me, are you actually trying to make fun of this absolute masterclass of cinema?
Yes, I am.
Anyway, the content cops arrive on the scene and try to take down our main characters, shooting Hannah in the arm, I think. It's not very clear and I need a lot of things explained directly to me. Only to get taken down by this fellow. All the while, Roy abandons Hannah in the struggle. Because he's such a good friend like that.
What's your name?
Hannah.
Where were you born, Hannah? Where were you born?
and apparently, instead of taking her to a hospital to deal with her bullet wounds, he just takes her back to their warehouse home.
Well, it's actually rather simple, Ariel. The reason they can't take her to a hospital is because the scientists and the medical establishment are actually in the pocket of the far left.
Actually, that's incorrect. The only reason you're not allowed to, the medical establishment and big pharma is because they're a bunch of big corporations, and they're big corporation buildings, and they're all, corporation-y, and because they make money.
Great, 2 idiots for the price of 1.
With Hannah's bullet wounds miraculously healed, the blonde man joins their group because he saw their Jesus fish symbols that they'd been spray painting.
Yeah, now our plan is we just spray fish. Maybe find a better plan, but that's our plan for now.
I'm in. That sounds awesome. Let's go spray some more fish.
That's amazing.
Let's do it.
To Tariq Nasheed School of Audio Engineering, Step 1.
Alright, we are about 20 minutes into the movie and it should be apparent what is wrong with it. Aside from the politics, you got shoddy audio quality, sloppy editing, bad scene blocking, stiff acting and scenes that mostly consist of characters sitting around talking with stilted dialogue.
So, in other words, basically everything?
Yeah, pretty much lol.
The reason you guys don't like this movie is simply because you're just a bunch of filthy atheist heathens, and you feel the need to make fun of other people who don't think the same as you just so that you can prop yourself up. You filthy atheist scum. We then see our next crucial character, Layla, as she eats cereal and reads a desperate letter from her mother. For you see, Layla works in the big bad government who hate people of faith, so you know they're pure evil. What do they even do here? I don't even know, but it's clearly evil and you should not like it.
Those are the latest cases.
Okay, I will bring it to the master sergeant.
Cool. Sounds good.
What exactly do they mean by cases? Like, people who have COVID cases? Is that what they're talking about? And for that matter, why does this important government document look like it's just a bunch of first names typed out on Microsoft Word?
They're bad guys, and that's all you need to know.
Those the latest cases?
Yes, everything in there.
Excellent. I'll give them to Sergeant Lucinda, my daughter. She'll take care of it.
So, she was given the files just for another cop guy to show up 30 seconds later and take them away himself?
Nobody is going to notice stuff like that. It's not about the tiny details, it's all about the big picture.
Alright, what did Corona do to Jesus? Nothing.
Oh man, I didn't realize we were still using the same kind of music from Children vs. Wizards. You know, a little retro, a little hippity hop, you know, the kind of thing that the youth are totally into these days. Do you think the Russians made this movie too?
Who's that?
I don't know.
Are you a traitor?
Yeah, you betrayed me? If so, you are a traitor. Everybody betrayed me. I fed up with this world, huh? No, it's instead this woman who calls herself a hacker. I like to believe that she calls herself that because she watches The Matrix just as much as I do. And she says she wants to join their cause. Yay! After another scene of everyone sitting around and talking about being oppressed, we see the government organization has a list labeled Christian Conspiracy, and Layla does the right thing as she deletes all the names off of the list. Yay! Then we get a montage of Roy traveling the world and spreading the good word, with each location having a whopping 5 people in attendance as Roy and Layla meet on their travels, and then we see a red glow crossing around the globe. One might say it is a red wave.
That wasn't funny.
Neither was Ghostbusters 2016.
Speaking of 2016, have either of you mentally moved past that year?
Oh, Ariel, in our minds, 2016 was the year that changed everything, okay? In this house, we're still talking about 2016.
Once I agree with him, it is still 2016, we will never get past 2016, and we still have to talk about things like Ghostbusters 2016 and Trump versus Hillary.
After ignoring all the people who died, because according to this movie, the ends justify the means, Roy then talks with this guy to promote his Bible study DVDs, and presumably his mixtape and or SoundCloud account. But the big bad woke police sergeant man is giving a speech to remind us that he's pure evil.
You know what this movie is missing? Neil Breen. Only he could make stuff like this genuinely entertaining.
I I'm not ready for this.
So then the evil government types roll in trucks and begin breaking up these Christian groups that are meeting in the woods at night. The worst thing they're doing is just singing songs around a campfire. Is that such a crime now? Don't they know that that's the kind of thing that should only be frowned upon? If hipsters on college campuses do it, gosh!
These are antiques. These are the things that are made of history. These are what holds people's dreams. And these represent the Christians that I killed.
Question. Does this count as propaganda? I mean, this is a movie where they make the police look bad, but this is also made by the religious right, who would probably endorse the police, but they're saying that the police are bad.
After the hacker has officially been converted and apparently their group has gotten successful support from Asia, that hipster from the beginning comes back to tell them that they should not be practicing their beliefs. Ugh, how disgusting. But they tell him they're not going to give up, as they then do a live stream to spread the word. But the evil government and police force do not like that one bit, and just as it seems they can't find where our heroes are located, the man-bun hipster sells them out like a rat. Much like that one character from The Matrix that I can't think of the name of because I actually have never watched that film, but I'm going to pretend that I have. They make it to the warehouse, they chase after Roy, and now we're back to the beginning of the movie. You see, it's circular like Chinatown. And thus the movie ends with Roy getting killed. Wait, is that really how the movie ends? So that was 2025, the world enslaved by a virus. And I gotta say, the only reason people don't like this movie is because they disagree with it. No, in all honesty though, this movie's pretty bad. I mean, even if you take the politics and the whole religious persecution angle out of it, this is not a good movie at all. It's poorly made, poorly acted, the editing is terrible, the effects are terrible, the writing is terrible, everything about this is just amateurish at best. I would compare it to The Room, but that's being generous. The Room is actually funny. I don't even feel comfortable saying that this movie is on par with Pure Flix, because Pure Flix, while they're not good movies either, they at least try to have a washed up celebrity to go along with them, like Kevin Sorbo and people like that who will do dumb movies like this. But a movie like this honestly feels on par with Children vs. Wizards. It's low budget, it's preachy, it's ham-fisted, it's incredibly one-sided, and unless you're gonna watch this movie ironically to laugh at how bad it is, I feel like the only real audience for movies like this are the Christy Ians of the world that are just gonna watch it, knowing they're going to agree with it, and go, oh yeah, well, clearly, it's a good movie. You just don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, 2025, the world enslaved by a virus sucks. What else did you expect? Or that's at least what some kind of filthy heathen would say.
I can get all the phone numbers of the Christians if I hack the police.
What a story, Mark.